Well, hi, folks. I'm your host, Mike Norris, and we're going to talk about protecting your home in foreclosure. This is a topic that's becoming more and more critical to people, and in my 33 years of practicing law, I've seen a lot of foreclosure. I've seen a lot of these kinds of problems, and it is my sincere desire to help you understand what can be a very difficult area of law. I used to be a full-time college prof. I love the teaching aspects. Hopefully we can say a few things here that make some sense to help you if you're having a foreclosure problem. The purpose of this video is to outline foreclosure timing in Indiana so you know how long it takes. Also, we want to discuss how to protect your home if it's in foreclosure. These difficult situations need to be dealt with in a way that involves some understanding of the issues. How does foreclosure work? Well, first of all, a letter comes from the attorney saying we will start the process. He will normally, within 30 days thereafter, file what is called a complaint. That is the court paperwork which starts a foreclosure lawsuit. After the foreclosure lawsuit is started, unless there is some intervening factor like a request for a settlement conference, normally a judgment will be granted in about 3 months to allow a sheriff sale. The sheriff sale is an auction 60 days after judgment at the county courthouse. So what we can see is it's normally a 5 to 6 month process, and it moves along pretty efficiently. You must be out of the home within 10 days after the sheriff's sale, and that's the end of the process. Well, what can we do to save a home before that judgment is entered 3 months into the foreclosure lawsuit? I think it's very important to have an attorney oversee the mortgage modification process. There is the right under current law, just the last couple of years, to ask for a settlement conference here in Indiana. Those settlement conferences are used to explore the possibility that there may be some adjustment made to the loan. At the settlement conference, I think one of the biggest problems and sources of confusion is the homeowner and sometimes the attorney don't insist that they have an answer. In my opinion, if you read the law carefully, the homeowner has the right to insist on an answer at the settlement conference or soon thereafter, and if that answer is not given, that settlement conference should be continued. It should not be considered a closed matter because, quite frankly, if it is considered a closed matter, that means the creditor will move to judgment and then, of course, to a sheriff's sale. So before a judgment occurs, at this settlement conference, the details must be handled. Negotiations and document requests will be made back and forth, but the bottom line is you as a consumer concerned with keeping your home need an answer before we say the settlement conference has been closed. Well, what happens if judgment is entered? How do we save the home after judgment? A Chapter 13 bankruptcy is often used. We do a lot of that kind of work here in my office. You'll have 60 months to make up payments. The mortgage arrearage will be paid through a trustee to the lender, and the foreclosure stops. That's the nice thing about a bankruptcy Chapter 13 is foreclosure stops. All lawsuits, as a matter of fact, must stop by federal law. Can you get a lower mortgage payment going to a settlement conference? Are these conferences useful? We have federal legislation now, ladies and gentlemen, says you can adjust your mortgage payment to 31% of your gross income. There are various other qualifying factors, but the most important factor is the 31% of gross income. Making 3 payments in a trial period, according to federal law, then the modification is to be confirmed. The loan is modified for 5 years with a lower rate of interest, a longer term of up to 40 years, and maybe, if you get lucky, some interest-free principal. Well, the details are hard to work out in a short video like this, but this is the broad brush of what the federal government envisions would be a mortgage modification for the average homeowner. I think the central point here to this video is you shouldn't worry about all this. Get some information. That's the easiest way to know exactly what will happen. If you'd like to send me an email, I am Mike at MikeNorrisLaw.com. Happy to answer email questions on these foreclosure issues. I have a blog on MikeNorrisLaw.com. Reading the blog will often give you some excellent information on how the law is progressing in this area. I have other YouTubes which are also informative as to financial matters. I encourage you to watch those. And remember, please, that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. If you're worried about your house, you find you're having some sleepless nights, get some information, go to a local attorney who can help you, who has some experience in this area, and I think you'll be able to sleep a lot better, dear friends. I hope this was informative. Mike Norris signing off, hoping that you have a great day.